Today we're working on the 2017 CanAm Defender. This thing has had some doggone demons for the last 8 months or so, almost a year even. It started when some rats ate up some wiring. We had the wiring harness replaced and we got it back. The dang thing won't hold a charge and we cannot figure it out. We've run a multimeter on several parts. We thought it was the regulator rectifier. We replaced that. That didn't hold a charge. We got a brand new battery. We actually started with the battery. And today we're going to replace the stator in this thing, and so thought we'd make a video on the stator replacement. Let me show you what we're working with. The stator itself is behind this case cover, and this is actually the wire that connects to the stator inside of the machine, and then the wire runs up and plugs into this, the regulator rectifier, and then it runs this is the wire going into it from the stator, and then this wire down here, this all runs battery harness that goes to the battery. If you're going to want to take the stator out and do a replacement, if you take that cover off, a lot of oil is going to come out. So the first thing I did is drain the oil. Got a bucket underneath. It's holding all the oil, and it uses, in case you didn't know, a 11/16 socket to get the oil plug off. Now what I've got to do is get a Torx bit and get all of these bolts off of this crank cover, and that thing will pop out. And then David is on his way right now with the stator in tow, and we're going to put the new one back on, and then it's just a reverse of everything we just talked about. So let's get this case off, see what it looks like on the inside. Alright, I've got my Torx bit set up. I actually put it on an extension and we've got it in the impact, and so that should give us all the clearance that we need to get this thing off all the way around. Here we go. Oh shoot, it's too much clearance. So it turned out that the impact wouldn't fit in there, so what I did is just rigged up my socket with the adapter and put the 1/4 inch socket on there, and then I've got my Torx bit, and now I can actually get in here and get these things out of there. So I've loosened most of them up. I'm going to go back around and actually get them all out of there, pop this cover off. Be right back. A little bit of an update. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and working on the 10th. This one's kind of a booger to get out. I actually had to use a 1/4 inch socket with a little 8mm socket head. So you can use Torx or 8mm socket and it'll get these things off. So that's what I had to use on this one, because the oil fill valve is there. Also, I need a correction. That is not the wire that runs up to the regulator rectifier. It's this wire. This wire right here comes off of the stator and runs up to the regulator rectifier. This is maybe like the crank position sensor or something like that. That might not even be right, but it ain't the stator, it's this. So now I've got all 10. I think there's only 10. That's all I could find so far. Let's see if we can pry this thing off now. Okay, it is not 10. There's at least 11. I found one more, and I also took this guy off. I don't know if that's holding that case cover on or not, but it came out. It's the same Torx head and everything, but it's not the same kind of bolt, as you can see. So let me see if I can one hand pry it and tell if it's gonna come now. Yeah, I think now we've got it loose. All right, I'm gonna put the camera down. A bunch of oil is about to leak out. Even though I already let oil out, there's gonna be some that's just in the bottom of the crankcase in this cover that's gonna pour out. Folks, we're learning as we go. So it turns out you got to take this off to get that cover off, and if you take this off, then getting to that nut bolt would have been a whole lot easier. So I just got a pair of channel locks, gripped it, gave it a turn to break it loose, and now it just screws right off. Who would have thought? Good Lord. But hey, that's why we make these videos, you know? World's okayest hunter, world's okayest ATV, UTV mechanic. You know the deal. All right, I'm gonna need 2 hands again. All right. We're on the inside now. So here's our stator wire, and the stator is back there. You can't really see it, it's too dark, but we're in the innards of the machine now. These gears slide around and come off, so I got to be careful not to knock them off. I need to save the gasket, but we got to get this out of there and get that stator out. I was able to twist it around and get a better look at it. So here's the stator. You can see our wire that comes in and it goes down. There's a little plate we have to take off. Back down in the bottom there. It looks like a Phillips. And then we've got more of these Torxy guys. I don't know what this stuff does, but I guess it's important. It's cool to do this kind of thing and just learn the machines and learn that even though it's complicated, it's all doable, DIY-able. I've never done this before. First time for me. We're doing it together. Since we're doing play-by-play here, the next thing I did is take this gasket off. I just gently peeled it. It already had a couple little tears, nothing in the main seal itself, only around some of the screws on the outside. So I think it's going to be reusable. So I'm going to go put it in a safe place, and then I'm going to get these Torx out and get that plate down there that holds the wiring down. Man, my drill sure is having trouble today. Hope it's not another dead battery. Okay, we got all three of those out. This 3 stator bolts actually are the same exact bolt that goes on that casing. That's interesting. Now there's 2 Phillips down there I need to get out. Tight screw. To get the second screw out, I can't go straight down to it because these gears are in the way. So I'm going to take both of these gears off and then I'll get the screw. Gears off, screw next. Got the plate and the screw with it. I sure hope y'all are paying attention to how this works. I'm gonna have to watch my own video just to learn how to put it back together. Okay, next what I'm gonna do is pop this wire out of the little groove that it's sitting in, or kind of grommet that it's sitting in. And I'm betting somehow it'll pick up out of here. Get my screwdriver out of the way. Sure enough. There we go. It's more or less removed. I'm not sure how it all connects. Do I have to undo the whole harness all the way up to here? Good grief. I'm gonna wait until we get the replacement to see what the wiring harness looks like on the new one, and then we'll go about putting the new one back in and redoing the wiring. There's a lot of zip ties and stuff I'm gonna have to cut. So hang tight, we'll be right back. YouTube video.
Because there's literally none for the CanAm.
There's gonna be one now. Fresh unit. It's all the same. We're gonna need to transfer. I want to get that off and put it on there, and then put these little clips on the same place, and that way it'll button up in the bay, you know, without like the wire hanging. There was 2 other ones I cut off, but these are kind of proprietary little clips and whatever. Don't mess it up. Is it? Yeah, it is. Alright, here's your freshie.
Holy rolled a little slack.
Maybe a little bit. Good.
Bueno.
Alright, so we transplanted the little zip tie keepers and button it up. And now we're going to reverse the process and put the new one in. So we'll lay this one in that case, then put those gears back on, keep her moving. Whenever I was taking the oil thing off, I spilled oil on this deal and it hadn't worked right since.
Real?
Yeah, so
That's weird.
like fluttery light, that's not a feature. I got the gears back on. Is this the gasket that was on it originally?
I believe so.
I mean, you didn't change it when you took it off the other day?
No.
Oh man, this is going to be a pain in the butt. I wish we had some RTV or something. Anyway, we're going to have to get it just lined up, kind of finger it, and get all those nuts started.
How many gold?
And then that's it. No. Alright people, we got all the bolts back in. Everything's aligned and seated. When you put this case back on, man, it is crazy. The magnet inside just like sucks it up. So keep your fingers clear or you will get pinched in the seam. So now I'm going to finger tight this oil spout. And I'm not going to go crazy tight with the channel locks, but I'm going to give it a little grip, little turn. Alright, now I got to put the oil plug back in the bottom, refill it with oil. Got everything plugged in, ready to go. Hopefully this dang machine will run. It'll run for sure because we got the battery charged up 100%. And we're going to run it a little bit, see if our low battery indicator comes on and we still have another problem. But at the very least, now you know how to change the stator. You can do it yourself on your Can-Am or your Polaris. They're all kind of the same from what I understand. So thanks for watching. If you liked the video, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel, and let us know what you want to see in our upcoming videos. Thanks for watching. Bye.